my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show. Happy Friday. Hi everyone, thank you for being here with us. It is Friday, so it's time to celebrate the week. Of course, Mr. HP is running the show with me. Hello, sir.
Hello,
how's it going?
Going awesome.
We are excited for you all to be here. Whether you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, you have a chance to win a $25 gift card at the end of the show. Just stick around and keep commenting. We will randomly choose a comment from all your comments on the show, and you will win a gift card. Awesome, awesome. So, of course, if you haven't done so yet, also like our page or subscribe. We are here every week, multiple times a week. So lots to talk about today. It's a big show today, but we kick it off every Friday with something good in a glass. We celebrate Fridays with a brand new cocktail, and I thought it was fitting, since we are embarking on our first of 2 quilting cruises tomorrow morning, that we would honor one of the stops. Our first stops on the cruise is going to be at the Cayman Islands in Georgetown. And the signature drink of the Cayman Islands is a mudslide. So here we go. Happy Mudslide Friday. So what's in here? There is just simple equal amounts of vodka, coffee liqueur, which is, for example, Kahlua, and then some kind of Irish cream. Bailey's is probably the most common for everybody to have. You shake it up with some ice, and then you pour it over some fresh ice. Yes, it's all, every single piece has alcohol, so it's important to shake it with ice to kind of dilute it, get it really nice and cold, and then it's really yummy. Now, there are some recipes that have a lot more vodka, but I honestly think that's going to be too much. This is perfect. So cheers, everybody. Happy Friday.
Cheers.
We're gearing up for the first stop on our cruise, so excited about that. We head out tomorrow, like I said, and so we're excited to meet everybody that we're going to be hanging out with for the next 10 days. Lots of quilters and spouses and travel companions. So we're excited to meet everybody and hang out for a long time. A long time. Again, my parents are in town. They are joining us on their first ever cruise. So we're excited to see their experience, and they're kind of living that. I think they're going to love it. But we will still, even though we are heading out for this first cruise, we have 2 in a row, we'll still be here for our shows for the most part. So we'll give you lots of updates, photos, videos, and stuff that we're going to be up to during the cruises, plus sharing our regular things like we do. And speaking of regular things, what is your word of the day, sir, Mr. HP?
Mr. HP's word of the day just so happens to be cruising. Sometimes I'm cruising in my car down the street. On a bicycle. You might be cruising on your bicycle. So I'm going to do something. Wait 1 second.
Okay.
Now we're going to get in trouble.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
You didn't hear it.
So sometimes I'm also just cruising when I'm really getting through stuff, working on projects, and you're just cruising. Like I'm working on a new quilt. You get in this mode. So I know that word. I know that feeling where you're just cruising. Everything is good. You know, little breeze in the hair.
I don't really have that, but
no, not so much. Not so much. All right, so the other regular thing we do is talk about the national days, and today is Australia Day, so congratulations. Those celebrating or in Australia, happy to celebrate with you. And it is National Peanut Brittle Day. Now, that's a treat that I did not grow up with. That's a totally American thing.
I did, but I never liked it.
Yeah, first time I had it, I almost broke my teeth. So I was expecting it to be soft caramel. But it is also National Have Fun at Work Day.
Yeah.
We have fun at work every day.
Have fun at work.
Pretty much. So That's a good one. So just whatever you do, if you're at work today, make sure you have some fun. Do some pranks or something. Have some fun.
You're not having fun.
Just smile.
Just leave work.
Yeah. Maybe the fun is leaving work.
Don't tell him I said that.
No, don't tell your boss. All right, so on the set today, we have some quilts. Behind you, Mr. HP, is a classic, the original Lexi. Yes, the original Lexi quilt hanging there. It's a favorite. It's a favorite of mine. Behind me, I decided to put up my Ingrid, the ocean-themed version, the nautical-themed fabrics, because we're heading out on a cruise. Very, very appropriate. Ingrid is in my Stripology 3 book, and Lexi is, by the way, single pattern. And then, of course, we have our brand new Dina on this side, which is...
I wrote Inga.
You did! It's Ingrid.
Because we were joking about it.
Yeah, and you joked yourself.
Joking myself.
Dina is, of course, our quilt that we're going to be doing for a Quickie quilt along coming up in February in just over 2 weeks. So exciting. That'll be a week from 2 weeks from Tuesday, happening on a Tipsy Tuesday. We'll talk about that a little later on in the show. But another one of our regular things we do on Fridays, and that is sharing your amazing quilts during our Happy Friday show and tell. Let's go. Starting off with a beautiful Katrina quilt made by Lana. I love that little small border on it. It really nicely frames it out. Katrina is such a fun quilt, and that surely looks so much fun with those colors. So great job on this one. Next up is a Kimberly quilt made by Dorinda. How fun is this one? It looks like ABZXYZ fabrics with the Katrina. No, not Katrina, Kimberly. Sorry, everybody. Kimberly is such an easy and fast quilt. It's such a go-to quilt to make for a quick gift, and that looks like that's going to be for somebody new in the world. I love it. Next up is a quilt that Lynn submitted. This is Tara, her version of Tara. I love this one. I love the pink border. It's so much fun and has so much action in it, tying back to all the other quilts in there. Tara is one of the quilts I'll be teaching on the cruise, so excited about that. You'll be seeing lots of Taras and lots of Ingas in the next few weeks. And then we have another Lexi. This is Geraldine's Lexi. Really beautiful. I love the subtle different colors in there. And what's really fun about that quilt is the illusion that it gives, almost like circles. So kind of a little bit of a 3D effect.
You're doing an Inga quilt?
Yes, so I'm teaching Inga and Tara on the cruise. Next up is Nancy's Strip Stacks. Beautiful job. Love the blues and browns. That is such a classic combination on that cream background. Love this strip stack, Nancy. Awesome. Then we have a large Ava quilt made by Kristen. Looks like, I don't know if this is the recipient. That's a big quilt. I love it. Using storyboard, looks like, and the Tim Holtz provisions, very similar to the one I made. I absolutely love it. I love the original layout. Beautiful job. It's huge. Then we have a quilt top. This is the back home topper made by Cheryl. I love the black and gray on the white background. This looks like this is silhouettes fabric. Beautiful. I love that beautiful base gray on the geese. Then we have Kathy's Strip Tease quilt. This was our strip along. Was that last year? No, year before. And so this was one of the versions. Having fun with that one. I love it. Great job, Kathy. And speaking of strip alongs, here's another one that was a previous strip along. This is Mel's version of strip joints. I love the black and orange. Super cool. And that polka dot looking fabric in the border. Really cool. And last but not least, we have a velocity quilt. I love this one. It's so 3D when it's on a dark background like that. This is made by Max, and I absolutely love it. Awesome job. Thank you, Max, and everybody that shares. Keep them coming for our show and tells. Well, this week I discovered an amazing celebration or holiday. It's called Tu B'Shvat. It is a Jewish holiday that is also kind of known the New Year of the Trees. And it has kind of evolved today into this ecological and environmental awareness day. And I just love that, emphasizing the connection between Judaism and nature. So the holiday is often observed by planting trees, participating in nature walks, and engaging in activities that promote environmental conservation and, of course, sustainability. So I love anything bringing awareness to the environment, the conservation, and just all in all, sustainability, because that's such a big part of our own mission statement. So I decided, this time of year, of course, is not a great time in Minnesota to be planting trees. I don't think you can do it, at least not outdoors. But hopefully by April, when it's Earth Day is going to land on the 22nd of April, we'll be getting closer to that ideal time there. So it just so happened that I have been working on this quilt kit. As you may have seen, if you've been watching us for a while, I love to put together these classic quilt kits that are from books and classic quilts that I made, like the Lupin quilt from the Iceland book, like the Aurora quilt, and now most recently we did the Thor's Hammer quilt kit. Those are just true and tested quilts that people want to make, and so I put together kits that are similar to the fabrics that I used in the originals. And here's one more, something that people have loved from the Strip Your Stash book. It is the Jelly Forest Quilt. So a classic tree quilt with a little bit of a twist. I absolutely love it. Now, this is the one that the kit is for, which is for a queen size or 86 by 86. It's a square. You could add a border to it to make it even king size. But the original, do you have the original from the book, the photo from the book? I put that in there, but you may not have seen it. But so this is our newest classic kit. Here are some close-ups of our quilt. It just, of course, needs to have just a scrappy, lovely mix of 2.5-inch strips to play with, a very nice deep brown for the tree trunks and the border, and then some nice light background. And so this is now available as a quilt kit. And so I decided that we needed to celebrate nature here. And so we are pledging to donate to plant a tree on Earth Day, or around Earth Day. If the ground is still frozen in Minnesota, we never know. For every Jelly Forest kit that we sell. So one tree, and hopefully we're hoping that our whole team will get out there and actually do some planting ourselves. We're excited about that. So if you're interested, that is what is available. This kit is available for that big size, and a beautiful way to give back to the nature. So speaking of environmental initiatives, we have a lot of them going on a daily basis at GE Warehouse, and we're constantly finding ways to be better. As a quilter that loves scrappy quilts, of course, I've always made sure to find ways to use up all of our remnants in the warehouse, as we're cutting our kits and our bundles and 1-yards and all of that. When we process our fabrics, everything gets used up. So we, for example, have remnant bags and scrappy strip bags that for all of the different cuts of fabric that are available for a great price, that for people that just love scraps and love to work with just a variety of fabrics. We also use all of those in our Sewing for a Cause initiatives that we have going on every week in our classroom. We sew for a cause and donate the quilts. We also donate the fabric remnants and fabrics that cannot get used to great organizations that make things to sell or things to fundraise for, like 4-H. And so I'm always happy. You know, I'm a quilter. I do not let any valuable piece of fabric just go in the trash. Not happening. So anybody that can use it, I will make sure. So we have, in honor of this holiday and our environmental initiatives, we are having our remnant bags, which are kind of semi-coordinated remnants. And there's about a pound, I believe, in the bag, which I think measures up to, I don't remember, I didn't look at it. Is it 2 yards? So it's buy one, get one free. So how that special works is that you put 2 in your cart, and then automatically the second one will kind of drop off. The price of the second one will drop off. And the same goes with our Scrappy Strips bags. So our Scrappy Strips, that is 2.5 pounds of strips that can vary in width from, you know, 1.5 inches to 5 inches. So you can get really a great variety of strips from that. Cut them down to 2.5, of course, with a Stripology ruler. It'd be fast. But 2.5 pounds, you know how much fabric that can be? It's a lot, because a bundle with 6 yards is usually about 2.2 pounds. So you can just imagine, yes, there's waste once you start trimming it, but that's a lot of fabric. So you purchase one, you get 2 bags. There's a lot in there. And remember, we always have a strip along coming up in April. So something to think about if you don't have a lot of strips left over, or if you're saving strips. This is a good way to kind of get more variety, have some fun with fabric. Lots of variety of fabrics. So that is going on right now. Another way we are helping the environment, and this one, you may think that this is really only to help our customers. We do help our customers save a lot of money on shipping cost, but we're also helping the environment just as much as our Fill-A-Box program, or FAB. So this is where you can purchase a box, a flat rate box that stays here in our warehouse for up to 2 months. We fill your orders into this box. So once you buy the box, you have to wait for an email from us. You get your number, your FAB number. So then when you place future orders, you can use your number in the notes, and you will, instead of choosing a shipping method, you list it as pickup at our warehouse. Don't worry, if you purchase one of these, you get an email with all of the instructions. So then we fill your orders into your box. It can stay in our warehouse up to 2 months. So when the 2 months is up, we will ship it to you. And because you paid the flat rate price up front, no charge when we're ready to ship, we will also ship it once it's full, or if it reaches the 30 pounds, or if you email us and tell us that you would like your box shipped. But this way, we are not just helping out our customers saving hundreds of dollars on shipping, but we are saving the environment, because we are limiting a lot of fuels and environmental impact with less deliveries and drivers and trucks out there, saving on packaging materials for sure, and much, much more. Just being all in all more efficient. So our FAB program is available now for the continental US only. And so we're happy to announce, because a lot of you folks asked for a smaller box, because 30 pounds is a lot of fabric. So now we have a smaller version, which is a 20-pound box. And to have an idea of how much can fit in a 20-pound box, if we talk about our 12-piece half-yard bundles, it's about 7, maybe 8 bundles would fit in that. And so it will take shorter to fill it up, obviously. So now we have that option as well. So check that out, a 20-pound smaller option. Now, with that, this brings me to another regular segment that we've been doing this year, and that is our question of the day, because I saw a lot of questions on the FAB boxes. One of the questions was, when I buy the box, can I get the number right away so I can place my order in the same order? Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, because we have to get the order for the box at first. We have to sign you a box with a number, so it has to be manually done. It can't be automatic because we have to find a spot for everything and make sure everything gets put in the right box. We have to mark your boxes and do all of our kind of secretarial work before we start filling into the box. Usually, if you place an order today, if you place an order early in the day, you'll get your fab number just within hours. Now, if you place your order in the evening or over the weekend, obviously you'd have to wait to the next business day. But just know that you have to please wait for your number before you start placing orders to put in your box. Now, there are some items, of course, we cannot put in the boxes, and that's all listed, and you get that information in the email. Obviously, any large items like the cutting mats, the biggest rulers, our big irons, some battings that wouldn't fit in the box, you get the dimensions so you can kind of get an idea. And
plug go in there?
And also, we cannot put subscriptions in there because they are generated automatically. The orders are generated automatically, so we cannot put subscriptions in there. And we cannot put pre-orders in there either because we never know when they're going to arrive. So those are the things that are accepted. They are not going into the boxes. So check it out if you're interested. That was one of the questions. The other question, a lot of you have asked for a smaller box, so there it is. And then we have a lot of questions if there could be a Canadian version of this. And believe me, I'm working on it, and it's going to happen sooner than later. With it being an international situation, we have to operate it just a little bit differently, but we're definitely working on all of our wonderful Canadian customers to do something similar for all of you. So just stay tuned. It won't be long. Retreat boxes also don't fit in there. They do not. And honestly, when the retreat boxes are ready to ship, you're going to want it right away because it's not that long before retreats. So you're going to have to get your stuff and get all your fabrics prepped and everything. All right. Any questions on any of those things? Do you see any questions pop up, sir? Woohoo! I like that comment. Great.
Yay.
Thank you.
Ruler.
Does 2 months mean that you can buy 8 weeks worth of 1 Yard Wednesdays? Yes, you can throw, if you all of a sudden are, think you need some thread or you want a couple of yards on a 1 Yard Wednesday, any order, doesn't matter how big or small, we fill it into your box until it's full. Can a 1/4 inch ruler fit in the smaller box? Yes, our smaller 2 rulers will fit in the smaller box and the larger box. The squared ruler will fit, I believe, in the larger box, but not in the smaller. The XL will not fit.
Is it on the website yet?
The Fab Box, it should be. If it's not up on the website, it might just come up right after the show. So check that out. And yeah, just be patient. Okay, great. When will the retreat boxes be shipped? Always beginning of March, so about 2 weeks before retreat, before the first session. Okay, any more questions on any of those?
Nope.
Now we would love, with the Jelly Forest kit being one of our classic kits, and we still have Aurora, Lupin, and our Thor's Hammer kits available. Are there any classic kits, any quilts from any of my books or patterns that you just absolutely love the colorway, love the idea of the colors that I used in the original, and would love to see a classic kit? Let us know. I'll be happy to oblige. It's my funnest thing in the world is to pick fabrics for a quilt. Do you starch or pre-wash your fabric? And if so, do you starch pre-cuts? Tricky question. Sometimes is the answer. So the only times where I do starch or pre-treat my fabrics with Best Press, I personally don't like the heaviness of starch, but I use either Magic Sizing or Best Press. And the only times I do treat my fabrics with that is if I know I'm going to be doing any cross cuts, like a diagonal cut that is going to be diagonally across the grain. If I'm just cutting strips or something with the grain, either way, I usually don't bother if I'm using quality fabrics. I usually just give it a steam. I do not pre-wash. I just give it a really heavy steam press before I start cutting. And if you want to starch or use Best Press, I can't say it enough times, you want to do that before you cut any fabric. So if you're working with pre-cuts and you need the full cut, you should never treat it because it's gonna shrink. So the fibers in the fabrics that are in pre-cuts, these fabrics have never been ironed. So this is why when you work with pre-cuts and if you iron your pieces before, they may change. They may change size. Sometimes they don't even end up being a square if they're supposed to be a square. It's because those fabrics are rolled right off the bolt and cut. So those fibers haven't had a chance to kind of react to heat or steam. So I only do that if I know, I only treat my pre-cuts with starch or best press if I know I'm gonna have to not need to use the whole piece. And honestly, I don't use pre-cuts. I like to cut my own fabrics. So again, treat your fabrics before you cut anything. So I spray them and let them dry completely. Then I press them and then I do my cuts. And when you press, if you press with steam, make sure your fabric is cooled down before you start cutting. Because yes, if it's still flaming hot, it still might adjust. Okay? And never wet your fabric throughout the piecing process because you kind of ruin what you just did by stabilizing them with the sizing or the starch. If you're pressing and you're using best press along the whole way, you ruin it because then it's able to stretch again. Do you have an Athena class or instructions online? I do not currently, but I tell you what, I have a class pack with the Zoe quilt, and it's a really similar process. Very, very similar process. Why do you let best press dry before pressing? Because when fabric, you should know this, when your fabric is wet, it reacts differently when it's dry. It kind of stretches a little bit more. You know how you can pull fabric, and there's a reason why we do that. So you want to let it dry. I will say this, sometimes if I'm impatient, I will use a dry iron. I can spray and I can use a dry iron to kind of let it dry if I'm a little bit impatient. But the best practice is to spray your fabrics, let them dry, and then press them and cut. Okay?
Okay.
Deal. Because I'm only telling you, this is all from experience. I have been impatient before and used best press and ironed and cut my fabric when it's still kind of damp. It's going to change on you. Your sizes are not going to be perfect when your fabric is fully dry. Okay?
Okay.
All right, let's move on. One of the brand new things we also have listed now on our website is our class schedule for our in-person classroom in Chaska, Minnesota. So if you are close to us and would love to take classes, check out some of our new offerings in the classroom. We have, of course, our staples. We have Sewing for a Cause every week. So those of you that would like to donate your time and come and sew in the classroom with us for a great cause, that is every week. We also have our open sew days where you can reserve, either you can reserve just a table, bring in your sewing machine and sew for a day, or you can reserve one of our machines as well. But now we have some amazing classes. So we have our Master Your Stripology ruler class now listed every month. So there's one every month coming up, including there's a weekend option. And we have a Quilt As You Go class. We have a beginning quilting class now scheduled. So check all those things out. Oh, and another one that will be up soon, if it's not up already, is we're gonna kick off a bag making class every month. So it's gonna be like the first Friday, I believe, of every month. A different bag every time. For those of you who wanna enter into making bags a little bit. Something that I would love to do, but check that out if you are close to us, local to us. We'd love to see you in the classroom. And of course, we have sewing machines, so you can always reserve one if you don't want to lug yours along. Now, the big thing this week, of course, was a Tipsy Tuesday. This last Tuesday, we announced our next quilt along. We're doing a Quickie quilt along on February 13th. Quickie quilt along, what is that? We tested that out last summer with a Kobe quilt along. So what it means during Tipsy Tuesday is just one video where I'll take you through all of the steps of making the Dena quilt. The Dena quilt is brand new and really fun, really nice and fast. Honestly, it really is. It's easy. No seams to match. But again, I take you through all the process. We have made 4 different ones. I have one behind me over here. This was my first one using the Desert Blooms fabric and some bumbleberries for the accent. So what you need is, it's made from half yards or fat quarters. And then you need a focus print or an accent fabric, which is going to be those diagonal stripes going through your quilt. And you want that to be something that stands out from all the rest of your fabrics. So here are some of my other ones. I love the one that I made from Love Always, Anna Maria Horner's fabric, really nice and bright. And this is one of those patterns that is just gonna look great in anything. Even if you have a lot of big patterns, big florals, big anything, lots of color, it's gonna look great. So just as long as that accent fabric is gonna stand out from all of them. Now the pattern is available now. You can either purchase it for $10, which is our special right now, and it will include all the videos. But an even better special is if you place any $50 order in our store and you add the Dina quilt to your cart as well, the Dina quilt pattern, you will get the pattern free. It will drop off in your cart. So here's the Desert Blooms. We also made a Dina out of Little Swan. This is the Little Swan fabrics. Love this bundle. So for the lap size, these are all lap sizes. You technically need 9 half-yard cuts, but we always just use the full bundle and just use less of some of the half yards. And then here's a crib size. This is out of the Winsome Critters bundle, and we picked one of the half yards to be the accent, which is that light green, and then we picked another half yard out of the bundle to be the binding. So really awesome and such cute fabric, perfect for a quick little baby gift or a gift for a toddler. So lots of options. The Dina quilt comes in 6 sizes, and the tools I talked about in depth last show. Highly recommend either the squared or the XL ruler to cut out your fabrics. And then I loved using my Stripology Squared Mini for the actual construction of the blocks. And then if you do have the point trimmers, the G-Easy point trimmers, it's going to be a great tool too. Of course, I'll be showing you how to do all this with regular rulers as well. You do not need all those tools, but we all know that that's going to really make the process more enjoyable, faster, more accurate. So hopefully you will join us. And of course, this will be during a Tipsy Tuesday. If you can't physically be there live sewing with us, obviously, right after the broadcast, that whole video will be in your account if you already purchased the pattern. So the pattern right now, you purchase it, all you will get is the fabric requirements. A week before the quilt along, you will get a video from me that is a cutting video, cutting everything out. And then the day before the quilt along, the full pattern will be in your account. We're always trying to hold people back a little bit so that we all see the pattern at the same time and not sew it ahead of time, because those tips are valuable, aren't they? So any questions on our Dina Quickie quilt along? Do you see any, Mr. HP?
How are you going to do that on a cruise?
Well, this is already pre-scheduled. We actually, as you saw, I made my quilt. We pre-filmed it. We will be on the cruise in the comment section. I'll be answering all your questions. The video will play, and then we'll put it in your guys' account. And honestly, we'll be on our second cruise. We will have some people cruising. We might not be working on Dina, but we'll be there with you guys.
We'll have some QR code issues.
I couldn't get the info on the fabric in the Bundle Club booklet. Is there a problem with the QR link? We'll check that out and make sure that those are working. Thank you for that question. Does the cost of the Dina pattern count towards the 50? No. So you have to hit 50, and then if you put it as part of the 50, you won't get the Dina pattern free. So you have to hit 50, not including the Dina, to get the 10 off. How far in advance is your classroom schedule planned? We planned it out. We're trying to get through this spring, so we're pretty good. I think the last classes are scheduled in March or April right now. But we add to it constantly as we look towards the future. Can you recommend more bundles for Dina? So there is from Tipsy Tuesday's blog post. So we always do a blog post for every show we do, Tipsy Tuesday show, where all of the fabric pools are listed. And so that's where a lot of the bundles that I talked about last show are. Now, of course, I could have kept going because there's so many amazing ones that would look great. It's just all about what's your aesthetic? What do you like? And honestly, the way I pick our half-yard bundles, I always balance them so they're all balanced out for the most part. And that means if you do like the bundles as they look, you'll like it in pretty much any quilt pattern. It's a matter of choosing the quilt pattern that works with it and complements it. And so if you're wondering how to pick the fabrics, if you have a bundle in mind, I suggest you watch some of my Matchmaker series, which I did just before Christmas, right? It was in November, I believe. I did the Matchmaker series again. Mm-hmm. Specifically the chapter about scrappy with focus, because this pattern actually fits into that category. And so that means that you want to start with your scrappy pieces, which is your 12 or your half-yard bundle. Make sure it's balanced. That means you have a similar number of all the colors in there. You have some variety between large scale prints and smaller scale prints and maybe some geometrics. And so there's not just one color that has just one fabric and is sticking out. So you want to balance it all. And then you pick your focus fabric, your focus color that's going to really cut through all of them. That's going to stand out from every single print. And so that's how you are successful with that type of quilt pattern. Which one of the point trimmers are used for the Dena? It's the 90 degree with the 45 each corner. So that's the one we use for that one. But they all, of course, come in a pack. You're all sold in one pack. All right, any more questions on Dena?
Question?
Sorry, I was reading comments. How long can you get the free pattern with a $50 purchase? So it ends on February, wait, I'm trying to do the math. Is it 5th? It's a Monday. It's the Monday before the cutting instructions come out, or the Sunday before. So we extended it for about 2 weeks. Can you let us know what size each square is in Dena? So you start with, you need to, I talk about all of that. You can see it in the pattern. I unfortunately can't give out any sizes because that's really against copyright law. So, but if you purchase the pattern, it's going to be in there because you can see that. And so I talk about it also in the cutting video. You will need to have, I would say about 6 inches full width or half width fabric to use scraps. I want to bring my fabric so I can work on the Dena quilt on the cruise. Can I do that? Absolutely, Rose. You can bring whatever you want on the cruise.
Sure can, Rose.
Sure can. I'm actually maybe throwing a little bundle in my suitcase because who knows?
See you on the boat, Rose.
So, okay. Lots of great comments. Somebody asked about Noah's Ark. Somebody's using that for Dena. Great idea. Noah's Ark sold out. I showed it on Tuesday. It sold out really fast, but we're getting more. So just know that if you're looking for that fabric, we're getting more. Somebody talked about using a roots bundle and other things that you've been saving for a really long time for Dena. Excellent, excellent idea. Oh, completely out of subject. Did you get the jet fuel out of the quilt? Yes, I believe Colleen washed it and got the fuel out. It doesn't smell, you can't see it, so hopefully it's all good. And we got a free suitcase out of it. So it's all good. It's a good thing we can just wash those quilts, isn't it? What would be a good contrast for Chop It Like It's Hot? Oh, it would be hard for me. I don't have it in front of me. From what I remember, it's navies and light blues. So it depends how much contrast you would want. You could throw in a color there. A white would probably be good, but I don't remember all the prints in that bundle. Where are the cruise stops? So this first cruise is Cayman, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. And then our second cruise, we'll show you photos along the way and give you a little update on all the stops. The second one is more Southern Caribbean, so it's, I believe, Antigua, St. Lucia, Barbados, Martinique, and St. Kitts.
Yeah.
I think so.
What size is Dina behind you?
The Dina behind me, this is a lap size. It's a bit, it's 75 long, so it's a longer lap size, but that's how I like it. Covers me up all the way.
Good job, Colleen.
All right.
You allow.
Awesome. So if we're done talking about Dina, I just wanted to mention retreat. Retreat is going to come up fast. We literally get off the cruises, go straight to QuiltCon in Raleigh, and then in Raleigh, I'm also doing a Stripology instructor certification. So hopefully we'll have all of you that are signed up for that. I'm excited for that to graduate more certified stripologists. By the way, if you're looking for an instructor, a certified instructor, we have now listed our certified instructors that have gone through it all, submitted all their homework, and they are ready to come and teach. Some of them travel everywhere. Others travel locally, so check it out on our website. It's just under certified or Stripology certification. You'll see a list of all of our instructors. So excited about that, and they're already teaching and rocking and rolling and doing so great. So I'm just thrilled about that. And we'll be bringing certification around the country, everybody. Raleigh in February. We'll be back in Minnesota in June and in September, and then in November. October, November, we'll be in Houston following Quilt Market, between Quilt Market and Quilt Festival. So everybody yes, it's a lot. That's on the plan. And then hopefully West Coast after that. West Coast. We've got a lot of questions about that in California. But retreat will be happening right pretty much after we get back from QuiltCon, middle of March. So registration for retreat will end in February, so if you're still are sure you want to do it, don't wait too long to sign up. And also, there's still a chance to nominate someone for our scholarships. So come, please don't wait. Retreat is going to be so much fun. And if you need a refresher reminder, 2 brand new quilt patterns are a part of our retreat that I'll be teaching. It's the Billy quilt and the Winnie. There's the Billy, and this one has some fun different layout options. And then from the same bundle, we'll be making Winnie, adding a background, and really cool and fun modern looking quilt. Both really fun. They're easy. I take you through it all. And of course, you own all the videos forever, the instructional videos for all the quilts. They're also going to be a table runner bonus pattern that is going to be a surprise until retreat starts. So
Sweetness.
Yes. All of the fabric and all of the goodies are in your retreat box. You get everything, and we're excited for that. Excited. All right, I have some great fabrics. I have one bundle, but we have some brand new wide backs in the store. Wide backs, we sell through them so fast, so excited to get these. These are called Spectral. And they're a really cool abstract pattern. And we have them in a few colors. We have sage green, and this is aqua. And then we have fog, which is a light gray. And a navy, which is more blue than deep navy. But then a beautiful purple as well. So these are our brand new 108s. We keep getting new ones and love to share them because I know some of you I like to keep a little inventory of wide backs, especially now that we have Nona J here with us, and and I have my own personal long armor, and he's begging for tops. So it's a great excuse to make a quilt. I love it. So let's take a look at our brand new bundle. It's called Strawberry Season. And it is strawberry season here in Florida, or almost. Beautiful strawberries. This is by Wishbone Studios for Kaufman. And I Love this. So teal deep base with those flowers, and then these strawberries look juicy and tasty already on the fabric. Then we have a smaller print with the strawberries. I know strawberries are so popular in fabric, and I think this will just make the most darling quilt or small things. We have a smaller floral with the blooms, the strawberry blooms. This is so nostalgic for me because my grandfather grew strawberries and I would be his helper with all things, especially taste testing. Love this tone on tone, just with the teal and the light sage green on top. There are strawberry shapes if you can't see them. Then we go into a little bit of green, a light green, beautiful tone of green, not quite mint, but kind of in between sagey green. And then I love this tone on tone, like a basic, but it's the little strawberry seeds, the texture of the strawberry. Beautiful green color. Going into, of course, some pink and red, we have the tossed strawberries. And I just love this red color. It's beautiful, really nice and warm. And then we have those strawberry plants, the stems on the pink. We have the outlines in the pink. And then this print is only in this color. So it has these little blocks with a strawberry plant inside, and this beautifully pinkish red. It's so nice. Again, the same berries with the outline berries in that red. And finally, the strawberries texture with the seeds, and I love it has a little bit of depth to it with the mottled texture. So there it is, strawberry season. And then my fabric pull, I started here on the teal blue side. We'll start with the grunge, and this color is called Bonnie Blue. It's perfect for those darker tones. A little bit lighter is one of our brand new collections in our basics. It's a dry brush in the teal color. For the green tones, I chose, you could do a moonscape in the meadow, which was a part of our color club back when we did succulents. Beautiful green color. Goes well in here. It's a mix between them. And then also a lighter version, the moonscape in the lagoon has a little bit of white, so it goes really nicely with those seeds. For the pinks, two tones here as well. I did a bumbleberries and the ripe peach, and it has the deeper tones of pink and the lighter. And then the dash flow in the conch color is a perfect tone to that middle pink, and has lights throughout. For the more red, grunge in the flamingo is the perfect red color for this. A really nice, warm and bright red. And then the dreams in the red is also amazing with it because it has those lighter hues of the pink in there. Now, what would I choose as an accent or a focus print or a background? Obviously, I would go quite light if I was going to do a light background because of all the white flowers. So the grunge white paper has just a little texture of gray in it, would be great. Or the dry brush in the white on white also has just a little bit of texture, but still it's going to shine really nicely. You could go dark because there are quite a bit of lines in all the artwork that are black. So you could go black with a grunge in the black dress. So that could be an option for an accent too, for a little sharpness. But I think to keep the freshness of the strawberries, I probably would go with a white for my accent for this one. So strawberry season from Kaufman Fabrics. That is it. Isn't that lovely and luscious and just tastes, you taste the strawberries already?
Delicious.
Yes. So, do we have a live winner, Mr. HP? We encouraged everybody to keep commenting to get a chance at that $25 gift card.
I do believe we do.
Yes? Who's our winner today?
Okay, let's give it a drum roll here.
Let's see. I'm going to have a sip of my mudslide.
No drum roll. Oh, there it is.
Lucy Rivera. Congratulations, Lucy. $25 gift card is yours. Just send an email to help@GEQuiltDesigns to claim your gift card, and we'll get that right to you digitally. I wanted to mention, because just to be specific, if you're purchasing our buy one get one bundles, that is the scrappy strips or the remnant bundles or the Dina pattern, because it involves a coupon code, you're unfortunately not able to use your rewards coupon code for that purchase, but of course you will earn points for that purchase. You just cannot use and redeem your purchase. Now, if you already generated a coupon and tried it and it didn't work, don't worry, you can still use that coupon code for something else. It doesn't expire. All right, so any questions, just let us know and send us an email. That is it for us. Our next show will be this coming Tuesday. I'll be revealing our bundle club selection this coming Tuesday. We'll be live from the boat from the Celebrity Equinox is the name of our ship.
It's a ship.
It's a ship. Yeah, it's a ship. And that is at 4 p.m. Central. The date is January 30th. And then our Happy Friday show next week will be Friday, February 2nd. It's February already.
Wow.
12 p.m. Central. But that's it for us. We're heading out tomorrow morning, so I'm heading out with my Sola sewing machine. She's getting a spa day while I'm going to be on the cruise. It's the only time I can part with her if I'm not going to be home. So she's getting a little tune-up. I'm excited, and I'll pick her up the day I arrive. Believe me, got lots of sewing to do. But that's it for us. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Those that are coming on the cruise, we'll see you tomorrow. But cheers, everybody. Happy Friday, and we'll see you next time. Bye.